Next, we will look at how the fastest wealth creators have performed. This is led by Adani Green, which has the staggering price CAGR of 118%. Look at this. The price has appreciated by 49 times here. In fact, from this moment, the stock has moved all the way and gave a return of 5500%. It means that the stock multiplied 56 times. Your 1 lakh has in fact become 56 times. Hello, investors. Welcome to Chart Shastra, where investing is made simple with the help of charts. Welcome to this exciting deep dive analysis of 29th Annual Wealth Creation Study conducted by Motilal Oswal, which is led by our favorite investor, Mr. Ramdev Agarwal. This has become a golden standard in Indian market, similar to Warren Buffett's annual shareholder meeting. In today's video, we will explore how the Indian market has created immense wealth over the last 5 years and uncover actionable lessons that can refine both investing and trading strategies. Here's how we will approach this video. In the first part, we will look into the data, and in the second part, we will analyze chart patterns for the biggest wealth creators, showcasing how you could have spotted these winners early using technical analysis. Before jumping into the data, let's reflect on this insightful quote by Philip Fisher. He is famously known for writing this book, Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits. He says, it seems logical that even before thinking of buying any common stock, the first step is to see how money has most successfully made in the past. That's why we are doing this detailed deep dive analysis. Like every year, Motilal has categorized the stocks into three groups. They are the biggest wealth creators, fastest wealth creators, and the consistent wealth creators. These are the top 10 names in each category. Now we will go deeper into each category. The first one is biggest wealth creators. This is calculated by absolute increase in market capitalization over the last 5 years, which is 2019 to 2020. This highlights the sheer scale of wealth creation, right? In fact, for the sixth time in succession, Reliance Industries has emerged as the biggest wealth creator. I mean, there is no doubt this stock has been dominating the sectors like energy, telecom, retail, right? Reliance has been number one in out of 17 years, it has come number one out of 11 times. This is followed by TCS, Airtel, ICICI, State Bank of India. In fact, we know that these are the largest companies in India, and this is how the increase in market cap happened over the last 5 years. Next, we will look at how the fastest wealth creators have performed. This is led by Adani Green, which has the staggering price CAGR of 118%. Look at this. The price has appreciated by 49 times. It means that 1 lakh rupee invested in 2019 has become 49 lakhs in 2024. It is followed by Adani Enterprise, Jindal Stainless, Dixon Technologies, and Linde India. Look at the price growth over the last 5 years. These have definitely beaten not only the index but almost all top performing funds, right? In fact, Nifty 50 only gave 14%, whereas if you have invested 1 million in 2019 in these top 10 companies, it would have become 17.5 million in 2024, a returning CAGR of 77%. Next is consistency. We know that consistency is what separates great investments from the good ones. The consistent wealth creators are those that outperformed every single year over the last 5 years. Linde India is the leader here, outperforming the market every single year over the last 5 years with a CAGR of 68%. This is followed by Varun Beverages, Hindustan Aeronautics, Bharat Electronics, Thermax, NMDC. These stocks have beaten Nifty 5 out of 5 times over the last 5 years. Now that we have explored the key takeaways and insights from the data, It's time to switch gears and move to chart analysis. Now let's analyze these biggest wealth creators on charts. In fact, I have already covered the top 10 biggest wealth creators in my past video. You can check out those videos in the description or in the I box over there. Let's start our chart analysis with the fastest wealth creator, Adani Green. The stock has listed in June 18 and there was a quick rise after post IPO, but there was a sharp correction too. The stock underwent through a long consolidation. This is what we usually called stage 1. Then there was a breakout with large institutional volumes. We ideally want to enter here. In fact, from this moment, the stock has moved all the way and gave a return of 5500%. It means that the stock multiplied 56 times. Your 1 lakh has in fact become 56 times. Later, you can see that the stock has corrected almost 86% from the top. We don't want that to happen, right? So now let's see how we can save ourselves just by using simple metrics like stage analysis and long-term moving averages. Once we enter here, there was a sharp rally of almost 300% within 100 days, and there was a quick healthy pullback which got supported with 200-day moving average. Then again, there was a sharp rally. In fact, you can see that the stock has slided just over the 200-day moving average, but the volumes are not as big. Hence, we might not be just concerned about here. Again, the stock came out of another stage consolidation and there was a strong rally. But you can see here, right, the stock had a pullback this time but quickly retraced back. But again, it never reached this previous high. Unlike the last case, the stock quickly reached the past high. It also happened here, it also happened here. But this time it did not happen. This is our first warning. Then you can see that the stock was almost trading with very thin volumes and just under the grace of 200-day moving average. Then there was a huge selling of 20% in a single week with largest volumes. This is our exit signal. Um, then again, the stock almost corrected 77% from this level. It has consolidated again. It took almost more than 1.5 year to reach above this level. But you can see on the chart that it never reclaimed its previous high. So ideally, I would ignore this stock unless it has made a new high and crossed over this level. In the wealth study, they have mentioned that the stock made 46% returns. But I would ask this question to you. Would you really have held this stock if the stock has corrected 80%? We would be selling the stock out of panic, right? So that's why the chart help you to understand, have a smooth journey over this past period. We can see another example here. Let's take Dixon. This has been one of the most famous name in COVID rally, right? Just like Adani Green, this stock after listing, this two listed somewhere in October 17, then the stock went under long consolidation. Here you can see that this is the COVID crash and the stock gave an entry somewhere in May 20. I mean, just after 1.5 month of the lockdown, the stock made a 52-week new high. This is our clue, and you can also see the slope moving upward, moving slope of 200-day moving average. I have covered the stage analysis in my first video. You can check that video too. Here, once we have taken entry, the stock has smoothly passed and gave almost 500% return. But there was a breakdown here. You can see this would be our exit signal. Just like we have seen in the previous cases, the stock has broken out of this consolidation and broke down with large volumes. Uh, and even it has gone below the 200-day moving averages. This is where we ideally want to exit. Next, after a very long consolidation, the stock took almost 581 days. That's almost 2 years. Then the stock has reached its previous high. Now the look at the volumes. The volumes are again massively increasing when the stock was recovering, and again the 200-day moving average was sloping up. So this is where we would again take an entry, and from there we have a smooth ride, and still the stock is having a very smooth ride. Look at the moving average. This time the stock did not even correct in the recent correction. That's how the fastest wealth creation happens. We can look at these are other examples. I don't want to take your time. Let's look at the most consistent wealth creators too. In fact, Linde is one of the leading name in the consistent wealth creators. Let's again do a deep dive analysis on this chart. Here in 2019, the stock was very volatile. In fact, in 2020, it almost reached its 52-week high, but just the COVID happened again, the stock has crashed. It took almost another 6 months to reach the previous level. So this is where again we would start buying the stock. And once the stock has broken out, look at here, massive returns, 140% in 200 days. Again, it moved 250% in 300 days. It went all the way to 400% here. Then there was a correction, but look at this. This is what the consistency means. The most consistent wealth creators are the stocks which consistently outperform the Nifty each year. And you can see the difference, right? The stock actually never gave the exit. In fact, it gave the exit all the way to most recently, because this is the signal the stock has become weaker. Every time it has corrected, it always tried to reach its previous high and had a breakout, again moved up, had a consolidation, again moved up. But this time you can see that the stock did not reach this previous high. In fact, it actually broke down the low. So once when an investor has entered here, he would had a smooth rally of almost 900% return over the last 4 years of time. Let's look at Varun Beverages. Again, look at this chart. This is one of the most beautiful charts, right? Same, you can just draw the line here. The stock came out of this consolidation. This is where we got the entry after the COVID crash. You are seeing here that most of these studies are done from 2019 to 2024, but most of our entries were taken in 2020 itself. Why? Because the stocks are not acting well in 2019 and 2020. We don't want such volatility here. Once the entry has been taken here, you can see the stock never even touched its 200-day moving average. In fact, even the most recent time, it has just taken support multiple times here and again looking to move back. That's how a beautiful consistent wealth creator should be. So you would have made 800%, 740% of peaceful money on this name. Same like Hindustan Aeronautical Limited. This is where our again I have covered extensively this chart in my previous videos. That's why I'm not spending too much time here. This would be our entry, the stage one breakout, and look at here. The stock always gave multiple entries here. These are what we call bases. You could have entered again here. Again, there is a long little consolidation happened here. You could have entered again here, again here. See, this stock in fact gave many opportunities for the investors to enter it. And even the most recent correction too, it has just taken support here and again starting to move up. Just look at this Bharat Electronics, the same kind of story. Now you have understood, right? By studying the previous winners, we are finding the same common patterns here. So that was very interesting study, right? Here are my key takeaways and final thoughts. Every time I look at these fastest and consistent wealth creators, they always show stage 2 breakouts, high relative strength, and volume surges. So, next time when you are studying a business, please open the chart and see whether you are finding these signs or not. If you are wondering, who am I? I'm an NISM alumni. I have done my CFA, I have done my CMT, and I'm currently a full time trader. I have over 5 years of market experience. I started this channel just to simplify investing and trading with clean, actionable insights and charts. So, subscribe to my channel, The Chart Shastra, where investing is made simple with the help of charts. This is just the part 1 of the video, guys. Tomorrow, I will be releasing a part 2 video where we would be studying the biggest wealth destructors so that we can avoid these names in future.